The greatest predators of the Ice Age: Smilodon versus dire wolf.
Smilodon versus dire wolf.
A one relied on immense power, the other, superior coordination.
Superior coordination.
But these ancient beasts defined the apex of prehistoric carnivores. And now that we understand the context, let's dissect the Smilodon's design. Are its massive canines, up to 11 inches long, were specialized tools. Yet unlike modern cats, Smilodon had relatively weaker jaw muscles. But this suggests a quick, precise killing bite, likely targeting the throat. Its robust, powerful forelimbs were built for grappling and subduing giants. Smilodon was likely a solitary hunter, focused on sheer, individual predatory dominance. But now that we understand Smilodon's individual might, let's explore the dire wolf. The dire wolf, or greater wolf, was built for endurance and teamwork. Physically, they were larger and more robust than modern gray wolves. And their jaws possessed crushing power, designed for bone-shattering efficiency. The hunting was a cooperative enterprise, leveraging communication and strategy. They could exhaust prey over long distances, exploiting weaknesses systematically. Their ecological role was that of persistent pursuers, maximizing caloric return. This social structure allowed access to different prey than the solitary cat. The wolf's success was tied to the cohesion of its entire social unit. The evolutionary paths of power versus teamwork diverged dramatically. But how did these two giants actually coexist in the same ecosystem? The paleo-environmental data shows shifting climates heavily influenced their territories. Smilodon preferred slower, bulkier megafauna, often requiring ambush tactics. Dire wolves, conversely, capitalized on herd dynamics and migratory patterns. A resource partitioning was essential to minimize direct, injurious confrontations. But what happens when territories inevitably collide or prey becomes scarce? A one-on-one fight heavily favored the Smilodon's raw killing specialization. However, a pack of dire wolves possesses coordinated defense and aggression. The solitary hunter risks injury against multiple attackers, a high evolutionary cost. The conflict outcome depended entirely on the specific ratio of engagement. This constant pressure shaped the very survival strategies of the Ice Age. The availability of large, slow herbivores was the true battleground. The dire wolf teeth were optimized for crushing bone, accessing marrow energy. And the wolf pack cohesion relied on complex social signaling and hierarchy. A Smilodon communication remained largely inferred, likely less complex due to solitude. But as the climate warmed, the megafauna began to decline rapidly. Prey bases shrank, forcing predators into direct competition for fewer resources. On this, environmental pressure tested the limits of each predator's strategy. The Smilodon's specialized ambush style suffered, when prey became too scarce. The flexible, adaptable dire wolf pack maintained wider foraging ranges. Fossil records confirm the Smilodon vanished significantly earlier than its canine rival. The wolf's greatest strength was not individual power, but sheer tenacity and teamwork. But the Ice Age favored generalists who could cooperate over specialists relying on brute force. The specialized saber-tooth, magnificent as it was, became a liability. The dire wolf's crushing bite was versatile enough for various bone structures. When prey vanished, the pack structure provided a vital social safety net. But natural selection heavily penalized highly specialized hunting techniques. But the Smilodon remains a symbol of power, but power alone was insufficient. The dire wolf's legacy is written in persistence, traceable across millennia. Their social bonds proved more resilient than specialized weaponry in the long term. As giants vanished, the wolves adapted to hunting smaller, faster targets. The Smilodon could not pivot it, its niche disappeared completely. The wolf lineage demonstrated the superior evolutionary advantage of flexibility. But power dictates the moment, but adaptability dictates survival across epochs. We view these creatures through the lens of their impressive physical attributes. But yet, the success of an ecosystem relies on its weakest, most flexible links. The modern wolf carries that legacy of teamwork and adaptability forward. But the Smilodon, a masterpiece of niche specialization, could not adapt fast enough. Their ultimate fate teaches us about the true definition of predatory success. It was not the single, powerful hunter that endured the great transformation. The victory belonged to the pack's strength through unity, survival through flexibility,